Raw Crew, welcome back to the It's Not Fake Fan Cast. Again, we're not a podcast. Podcast reserved for journalists. We're not journalists. We're not bookers. We're not agents. We're not producers. We're not wrestlers. We're not insiders. We're not interviewers. And we don't own shit. We don't know any wrestlers. We don't care to know any wrestlers. We will be interviewing wrestlers. But what we have done is spend our time, energy, effort, and money into one thing that we love, and that's professional wrestling. And now we're spending our time with you, the fans. Let me introduce you to the crew. Malachi B. Jones, producer extraordinaire, content guru. What's up? We got a special show tonight.
Yeah, we got a wonderful special show. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Don't forget to subscribe. And thank you for the 6 people that follow us on their other wrestling kick on Twitter. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter or at It's Not Fake Fancast. Don't forget, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you just made it sound real weak to 6 people out there. Yo, shouts out to you 6 motherfuckers. Jesus Christ, Timby. Reggie, what you got for us? Antonio Marks, the Marks man. We call him the Marks man because he's a grown man, John Cena fan with a 38-year tan. What's up, brother?
The Marksman in his house. And we're here to have some fun and put the smackdown on the wrestling world, Raw Crew style. Let's get it on.
And I am your host, The Dark Show. And if you don't like my nickname, I will push you down the steps. Malachi B. Jones, what we doing tonight?
What we doing tonight? We're going to be previewing the Impact pay-per-view on Saturday, and we'll be previewing the NXT pay-per-view on Sunday, and then we'll be talking about a surprise later on. So let's get into it.
Let's get into it. So, the Impact pay-per-view, what is that called? Against All Odds?
That's the one, Against All Odds. Yep.
That's Saturday, and NXT in your house is Sunday. Still in the old school names. So what's up, Reggie? What you got for us on Impact? I know you're going to be watching that shit. I'm just joking. Timby, what's the headline on that?
The headline is Kenny Omega defending the Impact belt against Moose. And there was some interesting news tonight, you know?
Well, first of all, let me say, I thought this should have been the match from last time. I never thought Moose should have lost to Rick Swann. I thought that was the wrong move. And I was proved right because here we are. So what's going on, man? They changed something up?
Yeah, Kenny Omega is going to be getting home field advantage on Sunday at the pay-per-view.
Saturday?
He'll be wrestling Saturday, excuse me. Saturday at the pay-per-view at Dowly's place in Jacksonville.
So is that going to be with the audience or without an audience?
I don't know. Might this be some wrestlers? I guess we'll find out on Saturday.
Is it going to be some backstage pre-taped elevator hallway fighting type shit going on?
No,
or is it going to be a real match?
I hope not. I hope they don't do that. I don't think Moose will let that happen. This is going to be a good match.
It'll be a good match up to the point where they jump Moose and Kenny wins. That's what I see happening.
I mean, that's probably going to happen. I mean, come on, it's Kenny Omega. Like, what else do you think is going to happen? You think Moose is going to win the title? I mean, it'd be great if it does happen. It'd be really amazing. Now it looks like they're kind of trying to get you going. Like, hey, look, all these good things are happening for Kenny Omega, and Moose wins. But I don't see Kenny Omega losing his belts right now. No.
Well, this is only for the Impact title, correct?
Yes.
So it's not like it's for both titles.
No.
Right. So, well, is it for the Impact and the TNA title?
No, it just said Impact.
Now, that don't make sense.
No.
They're unified.
Right.
Oh.
And one got to go with the other. Remember, Rick Swann won that title from Moose.
Mm-hmm.
To unify it as such. And then Kenny took it off Rick Swann. Took them both off of Rick Swann. You know what I'm saying? So, obviously, my prediction is Kenny Omega's going to win this match somehow, some way, by hook or by crook. But there's an outside chance that Moose wins because it's only for the Impact title. But we're still on the Kenny Omega train, and it looks like he's getting the push of all pushes. So I'm going to go with Kenny Omega winning this by some kind of cheating. And Moose will get pinned. What you got for that?
See, here's where I'll chime in there because I do know a little bit more about that than you think. And nobody even thought about the fact that Moose is going in as the face of this match. He said to Kenny Omega, I'm going to take back what's ours. I think everybody there is on his side. Kenny's got the Good Brothers and all that in his corner. He's got the goons. But I think the goons of Moose could be the locker room this time, shutting everything down so Moose could beat him clean.
It can't happen because it's at Daly's place.
That's nice, but
the whole
I'm
Impact
just
locker room. The whole Impact locker room will be at the other building at the other pay-per-view, doing their thing. Moose is going to be by himself, getting his ass whipped by the Elite, and he's going to lose. He's going to lose gracefully. Like, he's going to get his ass beat by a bunch of people, so he'll be protected. But they're in a whole nother building in a whole nother part of the state. Is Impact taped in Florida? Where do you tape Impact at?
The channel I got to find on.
I thought it was like the last time I heard was it was still Nashville. I thought it didn't change, but it could be Florida. I don't.
That's even worse.
I'm sorry, I don't really know. I'm sorry.
Well, somebody look it up for me real quick. But that's even worse. Straight up. That Moose can't bring anybody. He's gonna be by himself. He's a face, right? He thinks he don't need anybody. At least that's how they're gonna play it. And then Moose gonna get beat up by everybody. Whoever's not on this pay-per-view from AEW, which is everyone except for Kenny Omega, is gonna be at Daly's place. So we're gonna see a bunch of fuckery, I think. Especially if
the answer is
they have that match with no audience. Like how are they gonna do that? They can't sell tickets to one match. Or it's like Chippy said earlier, it's going to be like the backstage people. I don't know. That's some weird shit, though.
Everything happens in Florida.
Everything bad happens in Florida. Shouts out to Florida. Shouts out to Miami. I don't know about the rest of that fucking state.
I think Moose is going to look very strong in this match, and he is going to get beat up and lose. It's sad to say, but Kenny Omega's not dropping his belts anytime soon.
He's not going to lose clean, though, right?
I don't think so. Yeah, they're going to protect him. They'll probably have a rematch and something. They'll have a bunch of matches. Yeah, Moose hasn't had anybody he's feuded with in a little bit. It's time for him to have a little feud against Kenny Omega. It can work out, That's one thing that could help with this.
All right. So we both picked Kenny. Reggie, obviously you think Kenny going to win, right? I mean, it wouldn't make any sense.
Nope.
You think Moose is winning the Impact title back?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm on the side of the forest animal.
You said what? What'd you say?
Said I'm on the side of the forest animal, man. It's going for the Moose.
Yeah.
Mark's on.
I can't see Kenny Omega losing to Moose. Look, this is why I can't see him losing.
Because I didn't say he's going to lose clean. I just say he's going to lose.
All right. I can hear that, but Moose is going to be by himself, so he would have to lose clean. Unless we see a swerve somewhere, maybe. That could always happen. Some AEW face could come out and help him. You know what I mean? A Moxley or something like that. But that would hurt Kenny Omega's momentum right now. I mean, they're pushing him to the moon. And we won't even know where this is going. Like, we don't know what they have planned. We don't know how many more belts he's going to collect. I think he just put out a T-shirt referencing being a belt collector or something like that. I don't think
the only thing he's missing belt collecting wise is to travel back to Japan with all three of the belts he has right now and take the strap from Okada.
Might be headed toward Wrestle Kingdom. We don't know. You know what I mean? I mean, we don't know what type of deal they're working out. We don't know what they have planned for this guy, but I don't think he's going to lose anytime soon in any way, shape, form, or fashion. But that's cool. Let's move on. What's the next one we got?
Next one we got, I think, is a Knockouts women match. What we got? I always say her name wrong. Let me try this time.
Deonna
Purrazzo versus Rosemary.
I said it once. I said it 1,000 times. I'll say it again. Impact has the best women's division in wrestling. They somehow to get it right, especially tag team, but we'll get to that later. This is going to be a good match. Rosemary always puts on a good match. Always. Deonna Purrazzo has been a great champion. Ever since she got it from Jordan, she's been who'd she get it from? Who did she take that belt off? Was it Jordan Grace?
I think it was. I think it was Jordan Grace. Yeah.
Ever since she's had that belt, she's been putting on great matches. She definitely looks legit. Like, she's very believable that she would be champ. Again, the whole dynamic where you got Kimberly and Sue Young, or Susan, they call her, like, with Rosemary, with Black Taurus and Crazy Steve. I mean, it's just been good shit over the last few months. It's been good shit. And I expect Deonna to go over because I think they're going to keep pushing her. I don't think Rosemary needs a title, even though I would be happy to see her win. I'll be rooting for Rosemary, but I think Deonna is going to win. What you got for that one?
What I got for that one is I think that Rosemary's definitely going to lose after what I saw tonight. They're trying to push that Havoc, who's supposed to be Rosemary's tag team partner, was like helping her out tonight and doing this and that. She fought against, Kimberly, who's part of, Deanna's crew and everything. And I feel like Havoc's going to turn on Rosemary at the pay-per-view, and that's how she's going to lose, and the champion's going to win again. Like, that's the we haven't seen a champion like even in WWE hold the belt as long as she's holding it, except for in NXT UK, which is a crazy place. But Impact,
nobody.
That woman just keeps that woman just keeps beating everyone. Like, this champion, nobody's gonna lose to the Impact champion, the Impact Women's champion right now. No one.
I'd like to cut you off right there and just let you know that Kaylee Ray officially lost that title today to Sana Nakamura. So that actually happened, and then she finally lost that belt after like 694 days. Like, it was probably it was a good match. You're wrong.
I saw that.
But yeah, that's gone. So there's that NXT UK highlight for today. The Marksman. Continue with Impact.
That's getting edited out anyway because the Impact preview. So we're gonna just edit that.
Yeah, just edit that out.
That was a waste of time. But I think Deonna is totally believable. She definitely is going to get over. I'm still waiting to see what's the dynamic with Kimberly and Sue Young. I keep thinking Kimberly's about to turn on her at some point. I'm just waiting for that to happen. Because eventually I think she's going to want to go after that belt, and that's just another good opponent for her to have. And I don't know if Deonna needs anybody. I think she can just rock out by herself. You know what I mean? Sue Young is a superstar. She can do whatever the fuck she wants, whether she's Susan or Sue Young. I mean, she's just Impact is lucky to have her because she could be anywhere doing this shit and killing it. But yeah, I got Deonna winning this one. We got after that one.
Let's get to the men's tag team title match. We got Violent by Design, Cody Deering and Rhino versus Decay, Crazy Steve, and Black Taurus for the men's tag team titles.
Yeah, I can't see Decay winning this match. I just can't see it. I mean, I like Crazy Steve. We met him a couple times at House of Hardcore in Philly. I mean, these guys are great wrestlers. It should be a good match. But I got Violent by Design winning this one.
I agree. Same. Violent by Design is just destroying everyone. They're the best. In my opinion, they're probably like the most underrated stable right now in wrestling. They don't really do too much. When they come around, they just beat everyone up. Then they leave. They powerbomb people through tables. It's Eric Young with just a bunch of different. Some guys are huge, and some guys just know how to beat people up. So it's like makes sense, and I think that they're going to continue. Plus, I like that they're doing they're doing the Freebird rule. If you didn't know that, because Rhino didn't win the belts, Eric Young did, but Eric Young got injured. So they're doing the Freebird rule where any one of those guys out of the four of them can defend the belt at any time. That's what they're doing, and I like the idea. So
Yeah, that's going to be the new standard anyway. I mean,
yeah, makes sense.
I mean, New Day just got done doing that shit for years.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're used to that as fans, and as long as we're okay with it, they're going to keep doing that shit. But yeah, Violent by Design. I mean, there's no reason to take the belts off them now, especially the Black Taurus and Crazy Steve. So basically, that stable is taking 2 L's tonight, right? Black Taurus, Crazy Steve, and Rosemary. So what we got, a couple of these matches, man. Now, I like Impact, I do, but it's a reason why, and we'll get to this later, why NXT has 5 matches and Impact has 8. It's the reason why NXT doesn't need filler matches that not casual Impact watchers, but even me as an Impact fan, I don't want to see some of this shit. But go ahead, what's next?
The next match, you should be excited about this match. You sound upset. It's
Which one?
The women's tag team championship
yeah.
match.
I thought you were going to go down the
Flavor.
card. See, my card probably looks different than yours. I had the other. I had 2 bullshit matches, but yeah, this is a great one. Go ahead, we can talk about this one.
Fire and Flavor versus, we just talked about her, Susan and Kimberly. It's gonna be a great match.
This is actually one of the matches I'm definitely looking forward to, and I definitely want to see. I love watching Fire and Flavor go. I think they're the best female tag team in the world right now, and the best women's tag team division in the world. Kimberly and Susan, this is just going to be fire. No pun intended. It's going to be a great match. I think we're going to see some crazy shit. I don't even know what's going to happen in this match, but I do got Fire and Flavor retaining because they're the best women's tag team in wrestling.
I think Fire and Flavor also retain, and I think a lot of crazy stuff's going to happen. First of all, I like Fire. Let me say something about Fire and Flavor. I like them because they started off Impact just as like people that were getting jobs, and they kept working and working and working, and look where they are now. They are an amazing tag team. I think they're going to win, but I think that we're getting very close to Sue Young coming back, and I think Kimberly could be also going like.
I mean, something's
like
got to happen. Something's going.
Sooner.
They're going somewhere with this.
Mm-hmm. They got it, and I think it happens sooner or later. And that's how if they do that, the division gets bigger and bigger because there's more people fighting to get to the belt.
Well, when Slammiversary? I mean,
Slammiversary is in July.
Right, so you got to look towards Slammiversary when all the shit's probably going to come to a head. But as of right now, I think they use this match to kind of push that storyline forward. Unless, I mean, I could see them putting the belts on them 2 girls. If they put the belt on Rosemary, which we won't know because I'm sure this match will be before the Rosemary match, but I don't know. If they put the belt on Rosemary, then I see them retaining. Now, they could be going towards some kind of whole stable championship by putting the belts on Sue Young and Kimberly, and then having Deonna Purrazzo with the women's title, and they could just be rocking out. Or I think this could be pushing towards Susan turning into Sue Young again, or something with Kimberly turning on Deonna Purrazzo. They got to be going somewhere with this. They have an idea where they're going, and I'm all for it. But again, I got Fire and Flavor going over, unless you're doing something crazy.
I think Fire and Flavor go over. It makes sense for Fire and Flavor to go over. All right, let's go to the next match. Next match, another person that you love, Ahmad, Jordan Grace versus Tenille Dashwood.
I mean, well, I like Jordan Grace, but Tenille Dashwood can go. We saw her get a title shot. She put on a good match with Deonna Purrazzo. I forget what pay-per-view that was. I know that wasn't the last. Maybe that was 2 or 3 pay-per-views ago. But this is kind of I'm not going to call it a filler match because it's a late edition. But at least if they're going to add a late edition, it'll give us, quality 7 to 10 minutes. You know what I mean? And it won't be like some of these other bullshit matches they got in there. What do you think about this one?
I think this match, there's no filler matches. I think that all these matches are just like people working, trying to get over and trying to get out there and Impact. Impact's a big area of opportunity, especially right now, where everything going on in Slammiversary is going to be a lot. Hopefully, I'm hoping there'll be a lot of new talent there that a lot of people can work on. You know what I mean? This could help help a lot of people out and move talent up. And I think this match can be a really good match. Jordan Grace wins. I'm sorry, but Jordan Grace wins. Jordan Grace she doesn't need a belt. Put it that way. She don't need a belt. She knows where she's at.
Well, I disagree, kind of, because you keep her winning to push her toward getting another title shot. Because again, if Deanna beats Rosemary and Jordan wins again and keeps winning, I mean, Deanna's going to need more contenders and more challengers, especially if they keep that stable intact and Kimberly doesn't do a swerve or anything. She's going to have to keep fighting people, and Jordan Grace is one of them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I would like to see that match, Ken. You know, so I can see Jordan Grace definitely winning this match. But I think this match can go either way. It all depends where they're going storyline wise with me.
All right, the next match we got the X Division #1 contender match: Petey Williams versus Trey Miguel versus Ace Austin versus Chris Bay versus Rojit Rahad.
Yeah, this is my fuck that match of the night because they could have done this shit on Impact on Thursday night, man. Why are they having a #1 contender match on a pay-per-view and not a championship match? Why? When did Alexander have that Iron Man match? When was that?
Last week.
Last fucking week, and he ain't recovered yet? He ain't
No.
recovered enough for him to defend his fucking belt on a pay-per-view? They could have had this match on Impact Thursday night, and then he could defend his fucking shit against these guys, or you throw him in this fucking match. I'm like, this is dumb. I don't give a fuck who wins this match. Because all they're going to do is what? Have him defend his title again next Thursday and not have it on pay-per-view? I don't give a fuck about this match. Go ahead. Fuck this match.
I think this match is just the opening match. I think Chris Bay wins. Chris Bay gets back to getting a belt sooner or later. He's done a lot, and people forget about him always. And I mean, like you said, it's not. I mean, this match could be good, but I mean, this come on, open the pay-per-view, get it going.
I'm taking Trey Miguel if I have to pick one.
Trey Miguel, all right.
If I had to pick one guy in this fuck this bullshit ass match, I'll take Trey Miguel.
Reggie, you want to pick someone?
Yo, shouts out to Petey Williams too, man. He's a legend.
Absolutely.
I got nothing for you there. I don't know enough about the X Division.
That's fine.
The inventor of the Canadian Destroyer.
Well, we all know these next two people. We got Rich Swann versus Morrissey, who we all know is Big Cass.
What? Why? Like, I hate dumb shit like this. Like, it's not even believable. Big Cass is 8 feet tall. Rich Swann is 4'11". Why do I have to watch this match and believe that Rich Swann even has a chance to win? I understand Rich Swann was just champion and he was doing his thing and all that. Maybe I didn't catch the storyline too much, or I don't get it. But I hope they put on a good match. How about that? Because obviously I got Big Cass winning, because what they're doing is they're using Rich Swann to get Big Cass over. Because why job him out at this point? You're just bringing him back. He's a monster. And you're bringing him back against a former world champion who's kind of on somewhat of a loser streak, at least in pay-per-view. And what? You're going to have Rich Swann go over this guy? No. This is an easy win. This is an easy pick. And this match is stupid. What you got for this one?
I think Morrissey definitely wins. I think they're pushing Morrissey. I think they're pushing him up the card. If Moose wins the belt, which would be insane, he's probably that's who he would fight next, in my opinion. Or if he doesn't win, that's who could go after him. I think that it makes sense for Morrissey to win. It doesn't make sense for Rich Swann to win. Sorry, Rich Swann, but if Rich Swann would win this match, they would have to have like 5 more matches, and I don't see that happening. So it just makes sense for Morrissey to win. Just move along and just keep going.
So let me ask you this: if Big Cass, William Morrissey, wins this match, and he beats a former world champion, where does that put him in the rankings?
Number 1 contender, in my opinion.
So is this guy Kenny Omega's next opponent if Kenny Omega goes over on Moose?
Could be.
I don't know. Maybe Moose does win, and then we get Big Cass and Moose. Who knows? I doubt it, but I don't know what their booking is like. But if you got this guy beating the former world champion, then you're telling us that you're putting this guy in title contention. So we'll see what happens. Why are they fighting? Why is this match happening?
I'm pretty sure that Morrissey attacked Rick Swann like last week. Like attacked him, beat him up.
Man, it's a bullshit match. This match is just to get Big Cass over, man. What's the next one?
Next match, last match. It's a street fight. And you got Tommy Dreamer and Sami Callihan versus the Good Brothers. Am I?
Yeah, there's 2 matches. There's Satoshi Koji.
Oh yes, you're right.
Versus Joe Doring.
Right. But let's go this match though. Street fight. Tommy Dreamer and Sami Callihan versus the Good Brothers.
This should be blood and guts. Straight up, I'm expecting blood and guts. If those 4 guys are getting in a street fight, then let's have at it. And that's a new addition, right?
That is, they made this match tonight.
Yeah, so
because they were talking about putting Sami Callihan in the world title picture. I was like, no, don't do that. That's stupid. Don't do that. So
he made this match
instead. He made this match instead, and I think this match is going to be like, just like beat the crap out of each other and weapons and all that, like Tommy Dreamer life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. First of all, Sami Callihan should never be in a world title picture ever again because he lost his title to a bitch. Period. He should never sniff a world title. Lost to a hoe, you a hoe. Tommy Dreamer is all about putting people over right now. So I expect Tommy Dreamer and Sami Callihan to definitely lose this match, and Tommy Dreamer probably the one to get pinned.
Yeah, I think that they're going to beat him up the whole match, and then Tommy Dreamer is going to get pinned because you don't want to make Sami. They don't want to make Sami Callihan look weak right now. They're trying to make him look strong for some reason. I don't know why. Like you said,
they got to build him up. He lost to a bitch.
It's
just fucked his character up.
It's just silly. But then he lost to Trey Miguel too, so it's like, why are you building this guy up? Why are you building this guy up?
Let me ask you something.
To lose to everyone.
Because you have to. Let me ask you something. If he lost to a bitch, right, and he beats you, then you a bitch too. Who can he go over on now? He lost to a chick, so anybody who he beats is weak as fuck. His character is totally unprotected right now. His character is so vulnerable, and like you can't protect Sami Callihan right now. He already lost his world title to a woman. I'm not knocking women, but that would never happen in boxing and MMA or no shit like that, or basketball or football or anywhere else. But you booked Tessa Blanchard to beat this guy? What does that do? I understand what it does for her or what it might do for your company as far as publicity, but what does it really do to Sami Callihan's character going forward? This guy lost to a woman and I'm jobbing to him? Fuck you. I'm not jobbing to Sami Callihan. He lost to a bitch. And it wasn't China. China bigger than everybody. She might fuck somebody up for real. But not Tessa Blanchard. Was she 5'5"? What? Man, trash. trash. Sami Callihan's character is trash because they booked him to lose a world title to a woman. No one could ever put him over ever again. Because if you put him over, then you a bitch too. That's how I look at it. Fuck it. They're definitely losing because nobody should ever put Sami Callihan over again unless he go find Tessa Blanchard and whoop her ass and put it on TV. Then I'll be all right with it. I'll be all right with that. Go find that bitch and beat her the fuck up. He never got his comebacks on her. She sent that title back from Mexico. She mailed that shit back or whatever. She never lost that belt. So she beat that motherfucker up, took his title, and never gave it back. Never gave him a rematch.
So you think she's the one that's going to beat Kenny?
She made Sami Callihan look like a nut. Like, between Impact booking and Tessa Blanchard, they were both culpable in ruining Sami Callihan's character forever. His shit trash. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what he do from here on out. He better win the Royal Rumble next year. I'll give him props then. All right, but we do got one more match, Jimmy.
You're right. I forgot. The next match is Joe Doning.
Doring, man. Joe Doring.
Joe's Doring, who's from Violent by Design, who's a beast, versus Tatsu Kojima.
Satoshi.
Damn.
You are the fucking worst. Satoshi.
I'm not a ring announcer. Come on.
Kojima or Kojima. Satoshi Kojima. I don't know, man. I don't know shit about neither one of these guys, man.
I think this is going to be just two big dudes wrestling a slugfest match. It's going to be very good. And I think Joe's going to win. Violent by Design is not going to lose a pay-per-view match for a very long time. They're going to be a big stable for a little bit. They're a good stable. I like them. So
we got this whole pay-per-view going by with no title changes, basically, is what we're saying.
Yeah. Yes.
Man, it could have saved me $20 and put this shit on next week.
You sound like the people that ordered the Mayweather fight.
Well, at least I know this is fixed before I buy it. Shit, I didn't know that was going to be fixed until after I bought it. I had to watch that joint. Like, oh, look, he's knocked out. Why is Mayweather holding him up? They're like, don't hurt the kid. I got to make him look good for the next one. Take this $50 million, go home. We don't have to talk about that.
That was going to be one of your rants.
We have to talk about predetermined real sports. We can talk about predetermined sports that we know is predetermined ahead of time, not fool me once, shame on you. Bullshit. All right. So let's run it down. We got Kenny Omega, Moose. I got Kenny Omega, so do you. Deonna Purrazzo, Rosemary. We both had Deonna Purrazzo. We both have Violent by Design going over. We both had Fire Flavor going over, but I think that's a toss-up. I think they could sneak those belts on Kimberly and Susan and have that whole stable with the gold over there with Deonna Purrazzo. So, fuck that match. I had Trey Miguel. You had Chris Bay. A second fuck that match. Rich Swann and Big Cass. Obviously, why would they job out Big Cass? That just makes no sense. And why put him against like the smallest dude in this whole pay-per-view? Like, what the fuck? And then you had tag team match, Good Brothers versus Tommy Dreamer and the bitch loser too, Sami Callihan. Jordan Grace and Chanel Dashwood. We both had Jordan. And I think that's it. Oh, no, we had Joe Doring and Satoshi versus Joe Doring. I'm not trying to pronounce that dude's last name. All right, so, I mean, this sounds like a pretty okay pay-per-view, man. I'm not expecting much. It'll be good to see Kenny versus Moose. I expect some shit to happen during that match. I always like watching Fire and Flavor, and they are going up against Kimberly and Su Young, so that match is going to be great. Not too excited about too many other matches. I'm glad they added the Good Brothers match, so we can get some blood and guts, some violence in that joint. But other than that, I mean, we'll be watching, but I'm not expecting much. So hopefully it'll surprise me.
Yeah, I think this is like a B plus pay per view. It's gonna be, there's gonna be some matches surprising and everything, but it's not gonna be as good. I'm waiting for the next one. Slammiversary is gonna be awesome and surprising, and there'll be fans, and it's gonna be great. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I'm definitely watching Slammiversary. They'll have the fans there. It is their main event of the year, and it's another reason why I'm expecting Kenny Omega to go over, because he's got to be the champion at Slammiversary. Like, that's how you sell Slammiversary. You know what I mean? You have Kenny Omega as the champ there. On their biggest pay-per-view of the year, on their biggest stage, and they're probably having their best year so far. So you definitely keep Kenny Omega there, and to more of extent, you keep a lot of these titles on a lot of these other champions until you get the Slammiversary, and then you start fucking with storylines and seeing payoffs and conclusions to certain things. But yeah, so we'll be watching Saturday night. Shouts out to Impact. All right, so that does it for the Impact pay-per-view. What's our next preview we got going on here tonight?
Our next preview is NXT Takeover in your house.
It's Takeover in your house? Or is it just in your house? It's Takeover in your house?
It's a takeover, basically. It's a takeover in your house, yeah.
So before we get into the card, what's some of these dumbass names? Just call it NXT Takeover. Why's it got to be in your house? Like, what's the significance of it of in your house? It's just a throwback bullshit.
It's just a throwback bullshit. Like, if you haven't noticed, NXT has been all about that. The Dusty Rhodes Classic, the Mae Young Classic, like they're all about these throwbacks.
But that's paying homage. But that's paying homage to dead wrestlers. This is just throwing a name on an already established pay-per-view brand, which is NXT Takeover.
It's more like Triple H paying homage to Vince, in my mind.
It's stupid. It's like WrestleMania Backlash. It's dumb. Anyway.
It's totally like WrestleMania Backlash. It's more I like it better than WrestleMania Backlash.
How can we reel people in that are like, oh, I remember that when I was a kid, I should watch that, and then they're gonna watch it and be like, they're gonna like it, either or, one or the other, like always, The
name does nothing.
I will defend it here. They call it this because they use the old In Your House set.
Why?
But
why?
Because it's just sitting around lying. Why not make a little bit more money out of it? Make it a little nostalgic for the fans that grew up watching this and are watching it with their kids. So who knows?
It's stupid. Anyway, where we starting out tonight with this one?
Are we going to go straight to the main event?
Let's go straight to the main event. Why not? I think we should. Let's go right to it.
So you got a fatal 5-way match. You got Karrion Kross defending his title versus Adam Cole, who I thought should have got called the fuck up by now, versus Pete Dunne, Kyle O'Reilly, and Johnny Gargano for the NXT Championship. What y'all got for this match?
Well, we know how much you love Johnny Gargano, but
he's not winning. It doesn't matter. He's not winning.
I don't think this is the way. I don't think this match is the way his life wants to go. But know who I do see kind of taking
Wait. I got $20 that Johnny Gargano gets pinned, Najee. Najee, you listening? I know he's listening because you got to edit this shit. Shouts out to Najee, my blood, my cousin. Darkness, the engineer in the building. Your favorite wrestler is getting pinned. Go ahead.
Oh, man. I have nothing to do with this feud. You're going to hear this on episodes to come. But as far as Johnny Wrestling goes, he's definitely not winning. Kyle O'Reilly, maybe he might be the underdog in this match, but I really still don't see that happening. Like not from Consecrate Orange Cassidy. I don't see him taking this match. Adam Cole, he seems to be like the new dirtiest player in the game. He was willing to cheat. He even called Karrion Kross out to his face in a very awesome promo that probably should have made my last list. But Yeah, he said, like, look, I'm not gonna fight you fair. I'm gonna fight dirty. And look, I ain't gotta beat you. I could beat all one of these four who I've already beaten before. And like he's got a plan at least. Pete Dunne, another underdog, sleeper in my case right there. I think he actually might have a good chance of bringing a bitter end to someone's reign on a different note. But my picks there, if it's left down to anybody but Adam Cole, carrying Cross is gonna trash everyone. It's it's his turn, unless. Well, I'm gonna leave that for a segment that I know someone wants to say it. So, but otherwise, yeah, it's between Adam Cole and Cross, man. Unless I got Pete Dunne as a sleeper. What you got, Jim?
I actually think Pete Dunne wins the belt because they're talking a lot about they want to move some of these guys up, and Karrion Kross's name is being talked about. So I thought about it a few days ago. Kyle O'Reilly, he can probably get moved up at some point sooner or later in the next few months because they're doing the move up from NXT different. They're not moving people up quickly. They're going, all right, in 2 weeks we can try this guy, and then 2 weeks we're gonna try these people. They're not gonna move up 6 people at once anymore. They're gonna take their time with each person, kind of develop them, take their time, not rush it and ruin things. Kyle O'Reilly can go, Adam Cole can go. Johnny Gargano could go, but he don't want to go, and I don't see him winning this match because no. And if he does, I'll be like, come on, we've been there, we've done this. Let's change it up. Karrion Kross, he can go. These guys can all go to the main roster. The only guy I feel like could not go to the main roster, and sad to say, is Pete Dunne. What can Pete Dunne do? He can be the champion. He can grow and get better, and then he can go up. So my pick in this is it just like you, Reggie. I'm either back and forth. I think it's either Karrion Kross or it's Pete Dunne, one or the other.
Man, I don't think any of these guys get called up. To be honest with you, no time soon. I mean, the way WWE's been, I mean, they've cut people because they don't have anything to do with them. I don't know if they're going to add more people if they don't have anything to do with the people that they already have there. They got people sitting on the sideline they could be using. Kyle O'Reilly's not ready to be called up, in my opinion. Johnny Gargano will never get called up. I mean, Adam Cole should be called up. Karrion Kross, I think, still has ways to go as NXT champion. My pick is obviously for Karrion Kross to go over. He's actually going to pin Johnny Gargano at some point during this match. But I think he gets pushed more as an NXT champion. And I don't think any of these dudes get called up. If somebody gets called up, it's Adam Cole.
Well, just don't like Johnny Gargano, man. I love it. I love it.
I didn't say look, it's not about me not liking Johnny Gargano. He's not winning this match. And you got to protect Pete Dunne at some point because I think they're going to push him a little bit. And they're already pushing freshly squeezed Kyle O'Reilly. You know what I'm saying? So they're not going to job him.
Not from concentrate.
Exactly. Orange O'Reilly over here. Kyle Cassidy and shit. But Johnny Gargano's the obvious choice. I mean, you still protect him. He doesn't need to win, and he can take the pin and still be Johnny Gargano. You know what I'm saying? It's not a dislike. It's just he's an easy way to protect everybody and keep Karrion Kross over. Because Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly, they're going to take themselves out of the match. You know, they're going to fight to the back or some wild shit like that. You know what I mean? It makes sense. But either way, I got Karrion Kross going over and continuing his reign as NXT champion. What's next, Jen?
What's next? We got the NXT Women's Championship. Raquel Gonzalez versus Ember Moon.
You guys know I don't really watch a whole lot of NXT, but I do keep up with what's going on. I honestly think Ember Moon's going to win this match. What do you think?
I'm surprised to say that as much as they like to bury Ember Moon, I completely agree with you right there. Just because of there's been a little tension in the background with Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez, and they're used to seems to be playing like a Sasha Banks role, giving up belts at pay-per-views. like very easily, or not really pay-per-views, just very quickly. So Ember Moon, I can see her winning 1 because I think she's earned it since she came back. 2, the growing dissension between and Dakota Kai, because that can easily grow into a new feud. Dakota Kai costing her the match. 3, I think as hard as they've been trying, I think it's Mercedes' turn for that belt, but they didn't want to make her lose to Big Mommy Cool in her prime, where she just won it, because Mercedes and Raquel threw down, and Ember Moon is not going to win of her own, her own skills. Like, there's going to be something that Dakota tried to help or something like that. I see it going that way, but I do see her walking out the champ. Jim?
I disagree with both of you guys. I don't understand why we give the belt to Ember Moon right now. It doesn't make any sense. Ember Moon is doing her thing. She doesn't need a belt. She had the women's tag team belts. I think they're just doing this match because they don't really have anybody on the roster. Like there's a lot of heels on the NXT women's roster. There's not a lot of faces. So it's like, well, who can we have? Oh, your tag team partner is hurt. We're going to use you in this match. That's all it is. And Ember Moon is not going to be, going to beat her. I'm sorry. No, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to give her the belt. She looks like a monster. It's great promos. Like, oh, we're going to give you the Ember Moon, who just lost the women's tag team belts, who doesn't have the many promos. No, doesn't make sense. No, I think that the champion stays the champion.
So let me ask you a question, Aaron. Something you just said, like, there's nobody else there. Do you agree with me that they fed Mercedes Martinez to her a little too soon?
I mean, not a little too soon. That was the time to do it. They didn't really have anybody else. I mean, the Tony Storm was turned heel. She already beat Io. The kind of the Shotzi and Ember we're doing the tag team thing. Didn't make sense. It makes sense to have somebody against her who can fight. Well, they're not going to put what do you call it, Kaden Carter in the ring to get her butt kicked. On a pay-per-view, it wouldn't make sense. You put Mercedes Martinez in the ring, who's a great worker. They can have a good match with her. It's going to lose, but that helps solidify the champion. That's the thing I'm confused about. I'm like, wait, you guys think Ember Moon's going to win? What has she done? Like, nothing personal about it. I like Ember Moon, but she hasn't really done anything. She hasn't really done anything to solidify herself to be winning this championship right now.
I think she's going to be transitional because you guys are talking about Mercedes Martinez, and we can talk about this match next. She's getting fed to Lee. You think she's going to go over? Mercedes versus Lee. Let's talk about that match next. She's getting fed to her. Lee's going to fucking do her little dark shit. Her gimmick is sick, actually. I did have a chance to watch her shit. She's going to beat the shit out of Mercedes Martinez. She's going to look real strong. And if Ember does win the title, she'll be transitional because they're going to push Lee straight to that belt. I see it.
Ooh.
Y'all see it.
Ooh, I didn't think about that at all. Like, they're definitely been.
And then you can put Raquel, in a storyline, like Reggie said, with Dakota, if Dakota doesn't swerve. But I think they're pushing the shit out of this Lee girl from what I've read and from what I've seen. And they're spending money on her fucking her promos and her gimmick and shit. Straight up. And wait till the fans fully come back. Fans react to her. Watch. Since we're talking about that match. Obviously, well, y'all brought up Mercedes, and she's
Mercedes.
Yeah, and she's about to get fed.
Again.
Well, she's about to get eaten.
It's like watching Little Shop of Horrors, man.
I mean, she's about to get eaten, but she could also be part of this because you didn't watch. I watched NXT this week. I watched the whole thing. I loved it. It was great. It was really good. Kind of preview show to it. Well, this week she got to mark that Zia Lee had the first time that If you don't remember, Zia Lee wasn't always like that. She was kind of just getting these marks on her and stuff, and then became kind of twisted. So I'm hoping that maybe she beats Mercedes Martinez, and Mercedes Martinez has to join up with them, and then you got this cool different stable where then Zia Lee can be like. That's one thing I do agree with. Zia Lee is probably the next person to get a chance to become a champion because she has a cool gimmick. She has something people like, and it's something that can help when the fans come back. I just don't see Ember Moon winning. That's just why in the last match. But I do see in this match, I see Zia Lee winning. The next match, I guess we'll go to is the ladder match. We got Cameron Grimes versus LA Knight, and this ladder match is for the $1 Million Man Championship, the $1 Million belt.
While I'm interested in the $1 Million title and seeing Ted DiBiase, even though his family is filled with criminals, it's good to see him back on TV and doing something. It's nostalgic. I don't care who wins. I think it's going to be a good match, and I will watch, but I really don't give a fuck who wins this match. I think LA Knight fits the character better with the $1 Million title, though. I will say that.
Definitely not down with Cameron Grimes, man. Like, I like his whole money gimmick. I won the lottery. Woohoo! I got this. I can get this. I can buy this. No, I'm not won the lottery. What do you have? He invested in GameStop, right? When yeah, he invested in GameStop when the market was hot. And like I like how the gimmick just like boom, just like this. Let's give him a money gimmick. Like it's kind of working for him. But then you bring Ted DiBiase into it, man. Like you look at everything Ted DiBiase was, and it's not Cameron Grimes. It's like he been trying to impress him the whole time. Like I think this match is really a push for LA Knight and a slap in the face, a humble slap in the face to Cameron Grimes, like money don't make $1 million man kind of thing. Like, and I see DiBiase handing LA Knight 100 and him stuffing it in Cameron Grimes' mouth after the match. How about that? I just might pick LA Knight, taking that from the top of the ladder.
I've loved Cameron Grimes since Halloween Havoc in that zombie match. I thought he was hilarious, funny. And then when he started talking about stocks and money and all that, it was just a different character that really just struck the fans. I like when they do things that fans like and kind of mimic real life. And now you have DiBiase involved in LA Knight. I kind of like it, but at the same time, I'm like, wait, aren't both these guys heels? And then they're like, we're having a ladder match. It's like, whoa, that's kind of quick. Like, I don't like that this is what NXT does sometimes. They kind of throw gimmick matches in without building the match. Because this match really wasn't built that much. It kind of was just, it was thrown together in the past like 2 weeks, you know? Whereas opposed to they could have built this up for like a month, then had a ladder match. I think Cameron Grimes is going to win and surprise and shock a lot of people, and then he gets his revenge on DiBiase, and that looks great for him. Do I think this is the end of him and LA Knight fighting? No, I think they'll have some more matches, but I think Cameron Grimes wins this match.
Well, I just don't
What's
care.
next?
I mean, I just don't care who wins. I mean, I want to see a good match, but it's not like this title isn't canonized, so it's a novelty match. What we got next, Jimby?
Well, I want to put on that, like, since it's not novelized, you don't think Ted DiBiase is going to actually play a part on who he wants to take this belt? It's not going to be a straight up ladder match. He's going to have something to do with it. That's what we all know. He made his pick. He's making them put on the show. He knows who's going to win.
Again, the title means nothing, so I just want to see a good match. You know what I mean? I like seeing the $1 Million title. It's a cool belt.
You got one.
It's a cool belt, but it's not a canonized title. I don't see him defending the title. I see this being a very short, nostalgic novelty storyline. So as long as they have a good match, I'm cool with it.
It's just like Taz bringing the FTW back, man. It's just there as a showpiece.
I mean, they at least defend that title, though.
And you don't think since this match is for the title that he's not going to be like defending it
Maybe
sooner or
back and
later?
forth, maybe back and forth with whoever loses. I can't see it going farther than the storyline.
I'm just saying it's another WWE counter blow or attempt at a counter blow.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care either way. What's the next match?
Next match, winner take all, 6-man tag team match for the NXT North American Championship and the NXT men's tag team titles. We got Bronson Reed and MSK versus Legado del Fantasma.
Yo, so you can say Legado del Fantasma, but you can't say Deonna Purrazzo. Like real shit, man. Like what's the matter with you? Anyway, I think this match is lazy fucking booking because I hate these winner take all type matches like this style. Like I've always hated this shit. Break the fucking match up. You got a tag team versus a tag team and a singles versus a singles. Just add another fucking match. Why is it winner take all? There's gonna be some fuckery. You know, they're gonna figure out a way to do something stupid. So why even bother having a 6-man match with a tag team and a singles title on the line? I don't give a fuck who wins this match. Straight up.
Like most winner take all matches, I really believe this match is nothing but a setup for the heel stable to take the belts. Like Bronson Reed, yeah, congratulations to him taking the North American Championship. MSK, badass tag team, definitely nothing to say. But they're been giving Legado del Fantasma has been doing a lot of good work, promo wise, ring wise. I think all three of them deserved it. And yeah, we know Santos Escobar just handed off the cruiserweight to Kushida. This could have been a setup for that. Easy. So like, there's no doubt that this is nothing but a heel setup. These heel stipulation matches for the stable to take the belts. Like it could be short-lived. It may be short-lived. It could be nice. Like Santos Escobar has real charisma on that mic, and he has real ring skill. His stable is legit, and it's very different. I think not playing the mark this time. The heels are taking the belts.
I think this match could have been a 6-man tag, and it still would have been fine. I think it's a good show opener. Then they add the winner take all, and it's just like, why? Why are we like? It's so lazy to not even like try to build anything. You're just like, here you go. We're just gonna try to have a match with the belts. It's like, no, that's not. That's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to build, have a feud, you have a storyline, you have things that happen. Protagonist, all that stuff, antagonist, all that stuff. But this was just like thrown together, and I'm very afraid what's going to happen in this match. Because if you give the belts to Legado del Fantasma, they don't look so great, in my opinion. Because they won in a silly match that really wasn't booked as a feud. It was really just like, we challenge you for all the belts. Okay. Like, what? That doesn't happen. Usually it'd be like something like a bad guy commissioner would do or something. Like, you know what? This match can be for all the belts when there's a feud or something. This match was just thrown together. I think it's going to be a good match, but I'm not happy about the stipulation of winner take all. I think it's kind of lazy.
Yeah, I would enjoy this match more if no titles on the line. And it would make more sense if you were building something toward the future where Bronson Reed did defend his title against Santos, or, there was a tag team title match somewhere down the road. But I mean, it should be a good match. The winner take all stipulation is bullshit. So I'm not picking a winner because I think it's bullshit with the winner take all. I mean, normally I would take the heels in this match because I think you got to keep pushing Legado del Fantasma, but I hate this winner take all format shit, man. It goes from a 6-man tag to something else.
See, I agree with both of y'all on that one because I do agree it was a little bit of lazy booking right there. They could have built it up a little bit more. Had the 6-man tag team match. Like to make this title shot legit for Santos, cool. Like, have them play the heels, have him pin Bronson, claim a stake at the title. That's a whole nother pay-per-view right there. What's with this winner take all thing to really throw it in there like that? But I'm just going with the flow of the corporate brand, man. We know how Vince does things, and I think he's in Triple H's ear before he sells WWE. This is unprofound, so like that's not actually happening. But
I mean, obviously they have plans for some or all of these guys. So I think just trying to get things out of the way and rush things along. The same way why they're having a fatal 5-way match for the world title. I mean, how many triple threat, fatal 4-way, and now fatal 5-way fucking matches can we have? You know, it's you're just throwing everybody in one match just to get it out the way, it seems. You know what I mean? And I do like less matches on the card because that means the wrestlers get more time in the ring to perform. But there's a difference between giving wrestlers time to perform and doing some bullshit, lazy ass booking, like throwing 100 people in a match just to get them out the way, or to give them all something to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you said, I would enjoy this match more if it was just a 6-man tag match for no titles, but to further a storyline. But I think that's it, isn't it? Is there another match on here?
No, that's it. Unless they add one during the show, which they've done before. That's it.
When is NXT? I think we're
Sunday.
So that's Sunday. Yeah, we're past it. I don't think they're adding shit.
No.
So that's the card right there. So there you have it. So let's run it back down really quickly. Karrion Kross defending his world title versus Adam Cole, Pete Dunne, Kyle Cassidy O'Reilly, and Johnny, I'm going to get pinned Wrestling Gargano for NXT world title. The NXT championship is not a world title. Then we got Rocky Gonzalez versus Ember Moon for the NXT Women's Championship. We got LA Knight and Cameron Grimes in a ladder match for the $1 million title. Shouldn't be say her name. Zia Lee? Is that how you say it?
Xia Li.
Xia Lee versus Mercedes Martinez. And we'll see where that goes. And then we got the winner take all. We just got them talking about it. Bronson Reed and MSK versus Legado del Fantasma for the North American and NXT Tag Team Championships. And there you have it. NXT TakeOver in your house. So now we got a special segment next, don't we, Chimmy?
We sure do. We got some fantasy booking tonight. That's what we got. I did fantasy booking this week.
Fantasy booking number 2. And I believe it was, you took Battle Bowl, WCW's Battle Bowl, and you put Attitude Era wrestlers.
That's right, Attitude Era wrestlers. That's right. I picked what I thought was the best of the Attitude Era wrestlers. All different. Some of the top names, some other guys we all remember.
All right, let's get it, man. Get started.
So here's how I did this. So here's how Battle Bowl works. Battle Bowl is a tournament of a bunch of different tag teams that all got pulled out of a hat or out of a big container in a ball, and they picked it out, and people were randomly put together. They didn't even know it was going to happen. It was randomly done. And that's how I did this. I randomly did it. I pulled all the names out randomly. The teams that advanced get put into a battle royal, 2-ring battle royal. Half the guys in one ring, half the guys in another ring. When it gets down to the last 4, they all get in the same ring, and then they battle it out. So let's just talk about who I picked out of the hat where. So let's get to the first match. And before I start this, also I want to say that some of these wrestlers on the list have passed away. So rest in peace to any of the wrestlers that have passed away on my list here. Let's get into it. First match. Shane McMahon and Triple H. That's who got picked out of the hat. And the Triple H I'm picking is the Triple H from the McMahon Helmsley era. So you know he's walking to the ring with Stephanie McMahon versus Mr. Ass Billy Gunn and the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels. Because for a little bit during the Attitude Era, Heartbreak Kid was there for a little bit. So in this match, Triple H definitely wins the match. He was a beast during the McMahon Helmsley era. He wins with a pedigree, but he uses it on Billy Gunn, not on HBK. Next match, the Godfather and the loose cannon, Brian Pillman, that's who came out of the hat, versus Vince McMahon and Goldust. That's right. The guy walking to the ring who says he has grapefruit for you know what, and the guy that goes being a team. So in this match, there was a lot of funny things that happened before the match. You know, like Godfather asking Vince McMahon if he wants to join the Ho train, bunch of dancing around, Hoes and Vince McMahon probably dancing, everything being silly. But Goldust and Brian Pillman just had an all-out brawl the whole time during the match. Finally, Goldust hits the curtain call. They win the match. Then after it, Goldust goes up to Vince McMahon and goes and slaps him on the face. And Vince McMahon's like, "What the heck?" And they walk out of the ring.
Damn, you
On
had
to the next
Goldust
match.
going over on Brian Pillman. That's
I
crazy.
did. Goldust and Vince McMahon. That's why, because it's Vince McMahon. He's gonna go over. On to the next match. We got Val Venus and Al Snow versus The Undertaker and Big Boss Man in the let's beat the crap out of these jobbers match. So obviously, Undertaker, this is the Undertaker from the dark ministry, the Ministry of Darkness. Excuse me. This is the Undertaker I went with. So he just destroys Val Venus and Al Snow. They get double tombstoned. They move on. They get to go to the Battle Royal, Undertaker and Big Boss Man. The next match got Grandmaster Sexay. That's right. And Farouk, and this is the Farouk from the APA versus Kurt Angle and Mick Foley. And because Grandmaster Sexay was in this match, Mick Foley came down to the ring as Dude Love. That's right. He was dancing, doing his dance for Grandmaster Sexay, having fun and all that stuff. In this match, good match, big silly goofiness with, Foley and Grandmaster Sexay being silly, Angle and Farouk just battling out. Kurt Angle hits the Angle Slam on Farouk, pins him and wins. Next match, we got Owen Hart and Christian versus Droz and Devon Dudley. This match is kind of just we got some heavyweight kind of type dudes versus some technical guys. Christian hits the Unprettier on Devon and they advance. Then we got Steve Blackman and Viscera versus Ken Shamrock and Bradshaw. So all these dudes are just beating the crap out of each other. And Viscera, being the big dude he is, just splashes Ken Shamrock, and him and Steve Blackman move on to the Battle Royal. Next match is match of the night, in my opinion. You got Jeff Jarrett and The Rock versus Stone Cold and Kane. So on the way to the ring, Stone Cold's walking, and Kane sees him, and Kane just starts choking him and attacking him, not knowing that's his tag team partner because he doesn't know what's going on. It's Kane. He's just beating up Stone Cold backstage. They get to the ring, everyone's just kind of beating up on him. Austin ends up stunning everyone, 2 times each person, and wins the match. And him and Kane both move on. Kane's kind of just confused and still wants to beat up Austin. He has a chair chasing Austin backstage. Next match, we got Gangrel and the Big Show versus Hardcore Holly and Jericho. This match, very good match, very tough match. Funny moment that Hardcore Holly shoves Big Show, thinking he's a heavyweight and can stand up to the Big Show, and the Big Show just gives him the biggest chop on the chest that makes him fall over. The end of the match, Jericho puts Gangrel into the walls of Jericho and wins, and they advance to the Battle Royal. Then we got another match, another team I really liked that got picked out randomly. Edge and Bubba Ray Dudley versus Albert and the Road Dogg. So in this match, really good match, back and forth action. Albert, can't do too much because he doesn't really know how to tag team wrestle. Let's face it. Sorry, Albert. And what happens is Bubba Ray Dudley does a bubble bomb, and as the guy flies up, Edge hits him with a spear in a nice tag team move, and they advance. Final 3 matches in the Battle Bowl that I picked from the Attitude Era. We got Crash Holly and X-Pac versus Jeff Hardy and Midian. That's right, Midian from the Ministry of Darkness. So Before the match, Crash Holly has an interview backstage. Jeff Hardy comes up and hits him with a chair and pins him and wins the WWF Hardcore Championship. Then in the match, Jeff Hardy hits a swanton on X-Pac and they advance. Then we got Matt Hardy and Chyna versus Test and Bret Hart. For a little bit, Bret Hart was part of the Attitude Era. Bret Hart, this is an area where Bret Hart, if you remember, Bret Hart in Canada was like a face and in America he was a heel. This is an area where he's a heel, and he actually puts Chyna in the sharpshooter and makes her tap out, and people boom and throw stuff at him. And then the final match of the Battle Bowl, just the tag team tournament, to move on to the Battle Royal, we got Scotty 2 Hotty and Eddie Guerrero versus Rikishi and D'Lo Brown. This match is a really good match, even though Scotty 2 Hotty is a little goofy. Eddie Guerrero is really having a good match. Eddie Guerrero ends up doing a frog splash to Rikishi and pins him and surprises everyone. Rikishi then picks up D'Lo Brown after the match, slams him, puts him in the corner, and gives him a stink face. So we move on to the Battle Bowl Battle Royal. That's right. 12 people in each ring. Yeah, throw them over the top rope. Last person standing. Last 4 people move into the last ring, like the final ring, and the last person standing wins. So we got Triple H, Shane, Vince, Goldust, Undertaker, Boss Man, Kurt Angle, Mick Foley, Owen Hart, Christian, Viscera, and Steve Blackman in one ring. And then the other ring, we got Stone Cold, Kane, Hardcore Holly, Jericho, Edge, Bubba Ray Dudley, Jeff Hardy, Mideon, Test, Bret Hart, Scotty 2 Hotty, and Eddie Guerrero. So here's how the eliminations go. First of all, in each ring, different things are going on. Stone Cold's getting his butt kicked by like Mideon, Kane, everybody. Like 5 people were like choking out Austin. In the other ring, Undertaker's just taking care of business, and Triple H and Shane and Vince are kind of just standing in the corner being like their family, taking care of each other. Like Triple H is probably in the front, making sure nobody touches them. First person eliminated is Steve Blackman by Triple H. Just throws him out, tries to come after Vince, just like, see ya. Then Goldust gets tossed by Undertaker. This is all the eliminations in the first ring. Owen Hart then tries to come after Vince. He gets tossed out by Triple H. Christian, in a surprising move, him and Angle are like beating up people, and Kurt Angle throws Christian out because if you don't remember, they used to be buddies, throws him out. Viscera is like getting everyone's on the ropes trying to throw Viscera out. Undertaker comes up and just scoops up one leg and throws Viscera out. The big boss man is standing right there after all that. Undertaker clotheslines him over the top rope. Shane McMahon and Kurt Angle start battling a little bit here and there, and Shane gets Angle slammed out of the ring. Immediately after that, Triple H hits a pedigree on Kurt Angle and clotheslines him over the top rope when he stands up from it. Mick Foley, who is Mankind during this match, gets attacked by everyone, and then Vince McMahon low blows him 3 times and throws him out of the ring, dumps him out like trash. After that happens, the Undertaker starts taking over the house to everyone and throws Vince out, which surprises Vince. So in the one ring, you got the Undertaker and Triple H left. The other ring, after Austin finally gets 5 people off of him, takes Mideon and throws Mideon out. Jericho sees Scotty 2 Hotty doing the worm. Right as he's about to do the an elbow drop, Jericho throws Scotty 2 Hotty out of the ring. After that, Eddie Guerrero drop kicks Jericho to the floor and eliminates Jericho. Kane eliminates Test. Bubba Ray Dudley and Edge double clothesline each other out of the ring and eliminate each other. Kane is beating everyone up, chokeslamming everyone, and has his back turned as he's doing his fireballs. After he does his fireballs, Jeff Hardy drop kicks Kane outside the ring and eliminates him. Kane then gets back in the ring and grabs Jeff Hardy and eliminates him beating him around ringside all the way backstage, bloodying him, hitting him with the chair while this battle royal is going on. Hardcore Holly, one of the guys who was trying to beat up Austin, gets stunned and eliminated out of the ring. Bret Hart is beating up everyone. There's only a few people left at this moment. Jericho and Austin go on a rampage on Hart and eliminate him together with a double clothesline. So in the one ring, I got Undertaker, Triple H, Jericho, and Stone Cold. They all come together, final four for one ring. And they all start battling. Different people are doing different moves. You got pedigrees, you got stunners, you got tombstones, choke slams, you got lion salts, walls Jericho. All different things are happening. Jericho gets tossed out by Stone Cold when they thought the handshake was going to happen, showing him you don't trust anyone. When he put his handshake out, Austin shook his hand, thinking they were going to help each other. Austin stunned him and threw him outside of the ring. Then Austin threw out the Undertaker. And a surprising move, Triple H and Austin go back and forth, going in a circle basically to the ropes. At the final last moment, Triple H gets enough momentum to throw Austin over the top of the rope, and Triple H is our Battle Bowl winner. There you go.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't think he was going to pick Triple H. I swear it's going to be Austin. I thought you're going to. The reason why I thought you were going to pick Austin because Sting won the first Battle Bowl. You know what I mean? Sting was like the Steve Austin of that era for WCW. But that was pretty good, man. I love the detail. I could picture every match. It was crazy some of the random teams you had, but all in all, that's definitely good. I did not expect Triple H to win, though. What do you think, Reg?
I didn't see Triple H winning that either. Not with all the names you had, like in the last one. I kind of saw a Jericho winning there. I'm not gonna front, but Triple H over Jericho and Austin.
Yeah, I thought it'd be Austin.
Woo.
All day.
Yeah, I thought your pick would have been Austin, if anything.
The reason I picked Triple H,
stunners, like you said, stunners plural, and one gets one stunner and thrown out. I'm like,
I picked Triple H because I feel like it's a Battle Bowl ring. It's a little different. The McMahon Helmsley era was a huge era. That's the one where it's like, hey, is this thing on? That whole theme music. No, like this is the game. None of that. Before that, he was really like big, and I feel like getting the Battle Bowl ring is the next step to becoming champion. Austin's didn't need to have number one contender matches. He was already getting the rematches no matter what. That match is
especially
more building the next guy.
You know what I mean?
Well, Austin beat The Rock, in his match. That's why
I'm surprised that happened.
Well, the way I did it was put everybody on a piece of paper, cut them up, folded it up. I did it just like Battle Bowl, randomly pulled people out, and that's how all these teams started. It was a lot of fun. It was just kind of hard to pick at the end. You're like, all right, you got Undertaker, who was a big star during Attitude. You got Jericho, big star. You got Austin, a big star. You got Triple H. I just went with Triple H because I felt like that makes sense more to happen, and it'd be more exciting when the pay-per-view goes off, in my opinion. Austin wins Battle Bowl. It's a little different. Seeing like, oh my God, they were back and forth. And then
this was post DX Triple H, right?
Yes, absolutely. McMahon Helmsley era.
Right.
Which is a great time,
Okay. I got you. Well, that was dope, man. That's good. And I think that wraps our show for this evening. Welcome to the fans. Thank you for tuning in again to the It's Not Fake Fan Cast. We will see you next time, I guess in a couple of days. Chimby, what you got for the fans on the way out?
We got for the fans. Thank you for listening once again. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Don't forget to comment on this down there. Don't forget to go to Twitter, find us on there. Thank you for all support, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Reggie, Antonio Marks, the Marksman. What you got for the people?
The Marksman appreciates each and every one of y'all that subscribe to this show. And I definitely appreciate all of y'all that not only subscribe but listen, like, and comment. We love you all. See you next time.
All right, and I am your host, Ahmad the Dark Show. And again, we thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time. Cut the music.
Do, 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 do.
What I'd like to have right now is for all you fat, out of shape, inner city sweat hogs to keep the noise down while I take my robe off and show all the ladies what a real man looks like. Hit the music. All right, we're out of here.